Good morning, you guys. Today is September 20th. This year has been going by really, really fast, y'all. When I say really, really fast, really, really fast. Can't say that I'm not happy about it at some point because I know that we are getting closer, but it's also getting me nervous because we're getting closer. Things closer to things changing, both good and bad. Um, This morning, I'm really glad that I'm able to record again because it seems like I keep running out of space or something else is always happening. Um, but I'm going to talk about things this morning. I'm going to talk about some things that a lot of people don't talk about, and God has been getting this on my tail, and like He's been getting on my tail about it. So sometimes we as people, and I am going to say this, and I know a lot of people are going to get mad because this is a little bit off topic, but it does go into how you govern yourself and how you do things. But mostly people of ethnicities, people of color, meaning uh, black people, people of color. Look, all different shades of color, whether you're Latina, Latino, Greek. Well, you know what? Sometimes the Greeks do a little bit better than certain peoples, but they're included. Um, who else? Um, just more, especially more ethnicities. You can see some people who are not of color. Some Caucasians are like that too, but it's people who usually have less funds. Um, we tend, and when I say we, I'm including myself. We tend to focus on the emotional side of things instead of looking at things logically and in an analytical mind. Okay, if you take the emotion out, what needs to get done? If you take the embarrassment out, what needs to get done? If you take out the hurt and the pain and the anguish, what needs to be done? And sometimes we don't get to separate that because you get so involved in your emotions. And it is a saying, and also it talks about that in the Bible, how people, whoever has control over your emotions, have control over you. You know, um, think about the person who was knocking on the door. No one even thinks about that analogy about emotions, but I think about this analogy the most. The person who was banging on in the Bible on the authorities' door, the superior's door, because they needed bread. They needed something from them. You know, they could have just said, "Okay, I'm going to get someone to remove you from the door," but they got on their nerves so bad they gave them what they want. You know, because they were persistent. It was an emotion. You know, they could have said, "Okay, I see that you're upset. I see that you're hungry. I see that you need this, but I can't give it to you right now." But no, that person was persistent, and they knew that it was getting on the other person's nerves. You know, that's my favorite illustration of that. You know, dealing with emotions. What hits your chords, and we all have places like that. We all have that. You know, if someone finds that out about you before you do, it can be used as a weapon. Unless they're a very caring person and they just one of those people that just want to know. Um, I don't smoke. Yeah. So, um, yeah, I really don't smoke. Um, so yeah, those are some of the things. Like, you have to be careful about your emotions, and a lot of people are getting tied to it. And not only that, when you think about your emotions and you get so caught up in your emotions, you don't think about things logically, about how to plan things. sometimes you forget to plan when you're in your emotions. If you're very ecstatic about something, I have to catch myself a lot. And this happens with a lot of intuitive people, people who can just feel things. Um, and I'm one of those people. Even though, I like stuff analytical, but I'm more on the intuitive side as far as how do I make a lot of my emotions. So it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. If you have that on the dominant side, what you just have to do is just when you learn more about yourself, you can be better. You can work on the things that are lacking. So what I have to do is automatically train myself. I don't make rational decisions right off the bat. I don't give a care how great the things may sound. I definitely take my time now because I've learned in the past, being around a lot of charismatic people, or charismatic situations, that if I go based off feelings, sometimes people can elevate you. People are skillful. That's what marketing is. They get you on this high to buy something, and then you find out that it doesn't have the same rewards that it had in the beginning, which is normal, but sometimes it's to an elated sense when they're going about marketing. Water girly, it's water. They help hit wetting up the sidewalk. Okay. I don't understand why y'all got the whole entire sidewalk, but maybe that's just God's doing. The whole sidewalk is wet. I don't understand that. But we're gonna walk back the other way. And they have nothing on this side, as if this isn't part of the grass too. But anywho, so yeah, stay out of your feelings. Not to say that, because there are a lot of people who cut off their feelings and they don't function, and that's how you end up with people who, who become toxic because they don't find those emotions. I'm not talking about those type of people. I'm telling you, when you're dealing with life and you're dealing with situations, because problems are going to arise. I had to deal with that myself because I'm a happy-go-lucky person, and I try to avoid conflict. Well, I used to try to avoid conflict as much as possible. I still try to avoid as much as possible, but I also know during this time I can't avoid everything. Some things do need challenge. Some things do need to be attacked. Some things need to have that head-on, that head-on challenge. So, yeah. Look, yeah. So what else? Oh, yes. Yeah. So stay out of your emotions. Do the things that are necessary. I thought about this when God was talking about businesses. And I know I got a lot of slack by some of the people that I communicate with dealing with business and things like that, because I felt as if oh, she's kind of asleep, so I'm not going to be really loud. You guys see him on the corner. But I felt as if at certain parts I shouldn't have taken some of those things, some of those grants and some of those fees. Just looking at things from a longer perspective, who is out in the middle of the day? Y'all, they always have somebody out here doing something on the ground. But anywho, I just was looking at things at a longer perspective. Anytime our chain of command, or our structure, I don't know where you guys live, but I'm sure they do the same thing. They look at a trajectory when they're dealing with, especially when they're dealing with funds or any type of project. They're not looking at things. They look at trajectories. They look at things for a